Welcome to the video, guys. It's Arnas here. I've been a business owner for the past 4 years, and I'm gonna talk about something very important today, especially if you're an online business owner, which I am, right? Um, it's payment processing. Like, if you have been in the online making money space or just processing payments online for long enough, you probably had issues with payment processors. Even if you did everything by the book, you still had issues, right? And I want to talk about it today because I think I found a great solution for that, right? And it's not like there's one solution for everyone, but I'll just share my experience, where I started, what happened, how I decided to look for more payment processors, and so on and so forth. It's a pretty private topic, right? Not a lot of people like to share, like, oh, my account got frozen with $10,000 or whatever. It's a pretty private matter where people don't really share that online. And today I'm just gonna be an open book when it comes to payment processing. I've just seen some people on Twitter kind of discuss it, right? Like, oh, I got this and this amount of money locked. But usually you never hear it online. You only hear it in like behind the closed doors, right? Someone who you know personally, you're having a conversation with them, and they're like, yeah, this and that happened. I got banned or whatever out of nowhere, uh, and it's not like public knowledge, right? And I think I should shine some light onto this topic. So let's start. First of all, my name is Arnas. I'm the founder of Passionate Income, and you can look it up, Passionate Income, on Instagram. Over 1 million followers. I have a huge email newsletter now. I've been working on that for a while. And I had this business, Passionate Income, for almost 4 years now. I usually don't have notes, but today there's just so many details that I don't want to miss anything. So, obviously, when I started an online business, usually you just, watch a bunch of YouTube videos and you see what other business owners are doing and what they're using to collect payments. And, in my niche, when it comes to like Instagram business and so on and so forth, you're either going to be using PayPal or Stripe. And I think that's with pretty much every single business. If you're in e-commerce, you might use Shopify payments. But again, Shopify payments are using Stripe to process payments, right? So you're going to be using these platforms in some sort of a way, directly or indirectly, right? And I mean, when I started my first business online, what I did is obviously I signed up for PayPal. I had a PayPal account from way before. I think I sold some stuff on eBay like back in the day. And then I signed up obviously for Stripe. It was available in my country, no problems. And I used PayPal and Stripe for probably 2 years. Yeah, it worked for the first year or two perfectly without any problem. And, I'd hear some people here and there have some problems, like, especially where I'm from, I would meet some people like in person and they're like, oh, are you having problems with like Stripe or PayPal? And I'm like, nope, I don't know what you're talking about. And they're like, oh, well, I had problems. And I would listen to that and I would be like, I guess they were doing something shady. I don't know. Like, why would they get banned, right? I'm following terms of service and all the policies payment processors want you to follow. I'm not getting any chargebacks or anything, so I should be good, I thought. And yeah, that's pretty much that summarizes the first around 2 years of my online business. Um, Maybe sometimes I used to do like wire transfer with some people I would know, but most of the time just PayPal, Stripe worked without a problem. I loved it. It was great. Um, and then in 2022, I got my first Stripe account shut down. And the crazy thing was that account specifically had zero chargebacks, okay, zero complaints, and I had processed over $100,000 through that account. It was set up correctly. I uploaded all the documentation, when Stripe asked for more documentation, I send them more documentation, right? Um, and it just got shut down. Uh, I was very lucky that they didn't start like sending money back to clients or anything like that the first time. Um, but it came out of nowhere. And, at that point, I was like, oh my God, this is crazy. Like, I can't take any credit cards right now. Um, I can't send like payment links through Stripe or whatever. I thought it was a disaster. But the thing was, I had multiple accounts on Stripe. So one of them got banned, not all of them. I had like four or five. So I kept using Stripe later. Like, I waited a few months and I switched fully to Stripe, to PayPal from Stripe after the first ban. And I was like, you know what? I'll just give it another shot. Maybe it was a mistake. I mean, I tried to talk to customer support the first time it got banned. But if you had experience with customer support on Stripe, they will just send you the same exact message, copy and paste. Like, everyone gets the same message. The customer support is absolutely terrible. If you get them on the phone, they'll just literally tell you, "Oh, we totally understand you. Sorry for the inconvenience. We'll look into this matter further and send you an email." And then, like, one day later, they just send you the same email they sent you before. Like, "Oh, we looked into this matter further and we haven't changed our decision." And it's always the same exact email. The first time I got it, I thought, well, it can be a bot. But then when I talked to other people, I realized they just have a template, they copy and paste. It's literally like AI bot sending everything out. Um, but I kept using Stripe. I didn't know better. Um, and I did a product launch, totally legit, totally like cool, with a partner. Okay. And there was some error in the funnel with the payment processor where we couldn't collect around $20,000 in sales on that launch. We did end up collecting $5,000 though, and it was like a $500 product. I was collecting the payments on my company, and I needed to send half of the money to my partner, which I was doing the cohort launch with. Um, and everything went well. At first, I collected the payments, we got the people in, we started the cohort event, and then one morning I wake up and I get an email from Stripe that my account was banned. And I was like, all right, they're probably gonna hold the money. Sucks, but whatever. It wasn't like both of us, we really needed money at that point where we're like, we can wait if it's like frozen or whatever. But what happened was I got an email that, oh, the risk of your business is too high, which was like a live cohort event. It's not risky. People actually signed up for it, and they actually refunded all the people back. So all the customers I had, they just refunded the money. They didn't hold the money. They didn't froze my account. They blocked the account. They were like, stop using Stripe. Like, you're banned from the platform, and we're gonna send back the money to all your customers. The crazy thing was, like, all the people who purchased the cohort, they wanted to be there. They thought it was a great deal. Okay, no chargebacks at all. Like, zero complaints. Everyone who paid really got their money's worth. They were super happy with the product. They left good reviews. They got good results. The good thing was, after they got the money back in their card, we actually needed to reach out to each of the clients or customers, and we were like, hey, you probably have gotten, a refund because of our payment processor, like, error or whatever. Can you send us the money, the $500 in PayPal or wire transfer? And we were able to collect all of the money just like that, which was very cool. But I mean, you have to have a good product for that, right? It was good that we kept our customers happy and that we're willing to do that. It was a hassle, but at the end of the day, we got the $5,000. Not to mention that there was an error that, we lost out on $20,000 in revenue without realizing. So that kind of sucked. And then, we did the event and everything. People were pretty happy, but I was kind of lost. Um, because after that experience, I stopped using Stripe at all, and I started using PayPal only. Okay, which is kind of tricky. And I was also on a lookout for new payment processors because I was like, I used to have two, which was PayPal and Stripe, and now Stripe's down, so I only have PayPal. I'll try to like just use PayPal as much as possible. But again, you have to understand when you're running a business, not everyone will want to pay through PayPal. Some people will be like, can you take my credit card? Can you take a wire transfer? Can you do this? Can you do that? Can you do financing? And like you really limit yourself by just taking PayPal alone. So I was on the lookout, but I was using PayPal. The hard thing about that was like, I remember I used to do sales calls for like a $5,000, 5.2K dollar product, right? And people would be like, yep, I'm ready to pay. What are the next steps? Like, take my credit card. And my Stripe was banned. Out, like, again, I didn't do anything against their policy. I didn't get any chargebacks. It was just banned. I couldn't use it. Okay. So I was like, well, do you have PayPal? On the call, when they already are in, they're like, sounds good. $5,000 sounds good enough. Let me pay you through my credit card. And you're like, can you do PayPal? And they're like, no, I can't really do PayPal. What can we do? And then you start looking into what you can do on the call, and it would be so annoying because I would have customers pretty much ready to pay, and I couldn't collect payments because they were like, no, I'm not using PayPal, which really sucked. And you know, I got really into it, looking into multiple payment processors. I was looking into bank merchants, if you ever heard of those. I was looking into local ones, because I had my company set up in Dubai. So in Dubai, they have like multiple local ones where you can kind of charge in local currency, but that currency is tied to USD. So, you can charge in United Arab Emirate dirhams, and people are usually okay with it, because it makes sense. Like, okay, instead of $500, we'll just charge you the equivalent of that. It's going to cost you the same money. It's going to be just a different currency. So I looked into many, and I started testing out many payment processors, which took a while. And in that process, I remember it really sucked. It really, really sucked because, like, on the call, sometimes I would test out a new payment processor, and it wouldn't take the money out of the customer's card, even if they enter everything. They're like, here's the payment link. I send that, and like, they're like, oh my god, it says call bank, and they're like, I can't call my bank right now because it's not working or whatever. And I would be like, oh my god, like, I have a customer ready to pay. I don't want to let them off the call. I want to collect some sort of a down payment, but the only way to collect a down payment is like through credit card, right? So it really, really sucked at that point, and I was looking into it. So I opened a new company, like I said, in Dubai. And when I opened the new company, I tried Stripe again. Unfortunately, after I collected whatever, $1,000 or $2,000 just like in a few days for my business, it just got shut down. But the good thing was, at that time, they didn't send the money back. They just held the money, I think, for 90 or 120 days. And I didn't need that money quick, and it came. So I was like, all right, cool. Even on a new business, and even if I send a new trade license, memorandum of association, all of the documents, they didn't care. And then I was testing many of them, and I found, I when I opened a new company, I also found a new payment processor called CopeCart. Okay, which is basically a payment processor I've been using now for a year. Okay, so in the past year, now actually more than a year, it's been like a year and a month I've been actually using them. And I used both CopeCart and PayPal for a while because my PayPal was, I processed like hundreds of thousands of dollars through my PayPal. So I thought there's no way I'll have problems with PayPal because I'm holding a lot of money in PayPal. I'm not trying to like receive money and get it out of PayPal immediately. And I talked with multiple people who were holding like seven figures in PayPal. And they're like, yeah, if you're receiving the payment and you just hold it there and you're not trying to take it out, they feel more safe. So they're not going to ban you or freeze your account. And I was like, okay, cool. That sounds good. Uh, so I used PayPal. And after some time, probably 2-3 months more of using PayPal and CopeCart at the same time, my PayPal got banned, and I had $9,000 in that account, and it just like I wanted to get an apartment in Dubai, like to rent one. I was in Dubai at that point, I remember, and I was talking with the agents, viewing the properties, and usually in Dubai, you need to either pay in one check for the whole year or like two checks. Sometimes it can be less, but if you pay like in one or two checks, you get a better deal. So I found an apartment I really liked, and I was like, okay, I'm getting that. And I had in my PayPal account, I think like 12 or 13 or $14,000, something like that, with some change, right? And I came back from the viewings of the apartment, and I was like, all right, I'll use the money inside my PayPal account to kind of, pay the down payment plus the fees plus one of the two checks, right? Because the apartment was like 25K a year or close to 30K a year with all the fees and down payment. And I was like, I have like 14 or whatever in PayPal, so I'll use half of that. Like I'll use all of that to cover the half. I mean, I had more money, not all my money in PayPal. So what I did was like, my thinking was, I don't want to make a bigger payment than $10,000 to pull out of the account. For some reason, I had this number in my mind. I was like, okay, I have like 14 or whatever in my PayPal. I don't want to withdraw all 14 from my PayPal because it will get banned. That's what I thought. So I was like, let me kind of split it. So I made the first payment of like 5,000 with some change. So in my account, it was like exactly $9,000, exactly like to the T. And I was like, well, after the $5,000 payment comes, I'll just withdraw the rest, 9,000. And the $5,000 payment came. And then I remember I was in Dubai like 5 in the morning. I'm supposed to go to the gym. And I wake up, I look at my phone, and I got like 3 or 4 emails from PayPal. And one email was like, okay, withdrawal successful. I got the money in my bank. And the next one was like something again from my bank that it worked. And then the third one was like, oh, your account is banned, like permanently. You got a perm ban, and we'll freeze your $9,000 there and then. Like, just right now, we'll freeze it for the next 180 days. So that really sucked. Like, they actually did it. They froze it. I couldn't take more payments in PayPal. I couldn't send any money from my account. So no receiving, no sending, nothing. Zero. Absolute zero. And fortunately, after 6 months, I got that money, which was all right. But it kind of sucked because I planned to use that money like right there and then. And it kind of delayed the whole process because the money needed to be in my bank account. You need to pay with a check. You can't do a PayPal transfer to pay for rent. You need to do an actual physical check. So it really sucked. And that's when I fully switched to CopeCart. Because, like I said, I was using CopeCart and PayPal for a while. And in the whole time I was using CopeCart and like I was testing other payment processors, I never had problems with CopeCart. And at that point, I probably processed around, I'd say, $15,000 or $20,000 with CopeCart. So I was just like getting my feet wet. I wasn't putting all of my eggs in one basket, as I learned from the previous experiences. But then, I really started to build a relationship with them, and I was like, okay, I'm switching fully to CopeCart. Um, so what is CopeCart? Because like I've seen it before I used it, but I never realized how it works because it's not the same as PayPal. It's not completely the same. It's similar, but it's not the same. So I have it written here so I don't forget. It's a platform that enables coaches and digital entrepreneurs. So maybe you have an agency or a coaching consulting business, or maybe you want to collect money from shoutouts like I do, or for ads for your newsletter. I use it for all payments pretty much. So any services online or courses or digital products, and you can sell the products on the phone, like on the call. Just say, hey, what's your address? What's your first name? What's your last name? What's the 16 or 18 digit number, on your card? Enter that. You can take the payment over the call. They don't need to enter it, or you can send it through like text message, like a payment link, and it's the whole platform CopeCart is focused on payment processing, deal closing, okay, financial management, affiliate management, and automates your business operations so you can focus on what you do best, creating a great product and supporting your customers along their path to success. The good thing is, and I'll get into this more, you can really like, let's say you receive $100 for a product from your customer. Let's say your sales representative closed that, they can have a CopeCart account to themselves, and 20% or 15% commission will be deposited immediately to their CopeCart account. And obviously the CopeCart account is connected to your bank account. So that's pretty cool. Or you can do the same with affiliates or joint ventures. So they usually, like, in the past year, they really added a lot of major brands and vendors around the world, including like Ty Lopez, Alex Ramosi, Ryan Pineda, that have scaled their businesses to millions a month in revenue. Well, obviously, you probably heard of those people, and they're doing crazy revenues. They don't use CopeCard for all of their payments, but I'll get into it why they're using it. So what I like personally, cool thing about CopeCart is that you can collect payments in multiple methods. So you can collect payments through PayPal, okay? Because it's not your business charging other business PayPal to PayPal. It's CopeCart charging their PayPal, and you receive it in your CopeCart account. So you can use PayPal, you can use credit cards, you can use Apple Pay, Google Pay, or whatever. Like, I use Apple Pay. I don't know what the other ones are, but you can use all of them. Also, my favorite is you can literally have a Slack channel with their customer support. So anytime you or your team member needs to, like, any question answered, they can literally just answer you on a Slack text message, which I love. Because as you remember, when I used to use Stripe, and after my first ban, when I tried to reach out to them, they just give you the same generic response. Here, I was onboarded with, like, they call it wide glove onboarding. I jumped on a call with actual, like, manager of CopeCart US, and he literally said, like, hey, this is how you use the platform. This is what you say on a sales call, to increase your revenue. This is how you structure the financing, which I'll get into it. And really helped to actually scale my business, which is super cool. So they didn't give me only advice on payment processing itself. They gave me advice on business, because they obviously deal with people like Alex Ramosi or Ty Lopez. Like, they see from their internal dashboards, like, what kind of revenues they're doing. And obviously they've built the relationship with them, so they can give you advice on how to scale your business, right? Which I found very cool, right? Another thing is, for US customers, which probably most of you guys watching this video, you're probably targeting US most of the time. You can really scale your business in the US a lot. The reason is you can offer financing through CopeCart. So if it's a US customer, they have, let's say, a pretty decent credit scored, you can actually finance customers up to $30,000, depending on the product, right? So it needs to be approved by CopeCart and stuff. But basically, for the customer, they can split the payment up to 36 months. So, if it's $30,000 and they can split it over 36 months, it's going to end up like less than $1,000 a month. But you, as a business owner or as a vendor, as they call it, you get paid immediately, like upfront. So let's say you close a deal with a client of yours and you say, here's the contract, it's $30,000, and they're like, yeah, let's do it. Can we split the payments? And you're like, yeah, we can actually split up to 36 payments. And they're like, oh, that's a great benefit for me. It won't put stress on my business, on my cash flow, which is great. And you get the influx of the whole 30,000. I mean, there are some fees, but you get the whole contract value immediately, right? So you probably now understand why big guys in the space are using this. And I've heard people like, Ty Lopez sell contracts up to $1 million, which is crazy. Obviously, it's harder to finance that. But with CopeCart, as of today, as of my knowledge right now, I think you can finance up to 30,000, if not, then more, which is really good. Obviously, you can, have integrations with Zapier and stuff. I don't use that much, but you can integrate with your CRM platforms and so on and so forth. What I used a lot is three things. So I used it for affiliate deals. So basically, you can have an affiliate link attached to any product you sell. And if they have a CopeCart account, it gets credited to their CopeCart account immediately. And you can set the percentage to whatever you want. So let's say you set the percentage of 20%. As soon as the sale comes in, they get the 20% deposited straight to their account. No hassle. As a business owner, if you have a lot of affiliates, it's so easy to manage because it's all automated, right? Imagine if you have 100 affiliates and all of them have made anywhere between 1 and 10 sales that month, and you need to do like payouts every week or every 2 weeks. It's really gonna suck managing that, Like, there's a lot of stuff going on. And here it's automated. Same with your sales guys. If you have a sales team, you can literally close deals in CopeCart on the phone, enter that, and as soon as your sales guy, with the permission of yours, obviously, when they have access to your CopeCart account, as soon as they enter the card details, press purchase, they get their commission immediately to their account and you get whatever left, right? So you get net profit immediately in your bank, pretty much, or gross profit. And another one I used heavily is joint venture. So, in the digital marketing space or internet marketing space, whatever you want to call it, there's a lot of people who will offer you just like joint ventures, right? They're like, hey, can you promote this product? We'll create the product, you promote it, I'll run the product, and we split the revenue 50-50. And you're like, yeah, cool. You're going to actually set that up on CopeCart. So every sale that comes in, you get it immediately. Okay, so no questions asked. There's no confusion. When is the payment coming? When it's not coming? It's super simple. And yeah, that's pretty much my experience with CopeCart. There's more stuff. Obviously, if you want to know more, you can message me on Instagram. And also, if you're doing more than $10,000 a month in revenue and you actually want to talk to people at CopeCart, okay, the people I'm talking with, and you want to get like a special deal, then you can personally book a call down below. There's like a questionnaire, but it's a Calendly link. You book a call with them and they'll just go through everything, right? How the sales management works, how the affiliate management works. So yeah, just press the link below this button, book a call through Calendly, and you'll be able to talk with the people who know me personally, and you'll get a special deal. So hope you enjoyed this video and it was valuable. Probably more valuable for people who already have businesses running, for people who actually have revenues and have dealt with some stuff that I covered today. So again, you can finance your clients, you can do affiliate management, sales calls, everything. You can collect, PayPal, credit cards, whatever you want, and you'll get a special deal if you book the call through the link down below, and they'll give you a special rate. So thanks for watching the video, and see you in the next one.